Okay, guys. Hi. Whew. Okay, let's see. Okay. Has some serious issues. Oh, there she is. Oh my God, there you go. Okay. Hi, guys. We've been having issue. We've been having issues. So I'm waiting for people to come back now because I had to cancel the last live and reboot and bring Lindsay back again. I'm so sorry. We are not playing hide and seek. So I want everybody to come back. I'm so sorry, Lindsay.
That's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you just
And do
fine.
you see my video or do you see my avatar?
I see your avatar.
Okay.
I see you.
Okay.
So I hope everybody sees that I'm back live because I had to completely delete the other one, reboot, and come back again. And
Oh
I'm
my
so
gosh.
sorry, but it's crazy. But anyway, how are you? We're gonna talk and we'll wait till to get. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Now, the last time that I had you on panel was a couple of years back when
Mhm.
Gino's first season
Yeah.
uh, on
A lot
90
has
Day.
changed.
A lot has changed. A whole lot has changed. But what I want to know, it seems that there's a lot of issues going on right now between you and Jasmine and you and Scott.
Gosh. Yeah. Kind of not really. Just like little things. Like the other day, do you want me to get into it right now or
Yes,
do
please
you want
get
to wait?
into it.
Okay.
They can
Okay,
catch
yeah.
up.
So the other day, you know, wait, let me back up a little bit. So when you and I talked the last time, obviously I was very pissed with Gino
Mhm.
because he had been sending me these photos of not just Jasmine, but other girls too, but different girls, and I never asked for that, and it was just infuriating. And I'm like, these girls don't know that you're doing this. I have no way to contact them to let them know. Well, when it happened with Jasmine, I actually did have a way to contact her because they're on this reality TV show together. And She's promoting it on social media. So I was able to reach out to her through DM on Instagram, and I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that this is what I think, and this is what happened, and here's the proof. And, you know, she came at me, calling me I don't know what I can say on here. I don't know if
You
I can
say whatever
swear.
you feel like saying, girl.
Okay. Okay. She called me a whore. She called me old like 20 different times. I'm like, if I'm old, I'm 2 years older than you, according to the age that you tell people you are. And and why are you mad about it? And ugly. And we laugh about your bipolar, which I don't even have bipolar, but not that it matters if I did or not. But she said that my children must be bullied, like just like crazy stuff. And I'm just like, girl, you're gonna tire yourself out. Like, just like relax.
So
I
let
was
me.
just trying to let you know. So at that time, I was pretty pissed with Gino.
So you
I think
never
for
sent
good
it to the
reason.
producers, right? You never sent it to the producer. You sent it directly to Jasmine.
Okay, well, hold on. So that's where it gets a little bit tricky.
Okay.
So before I had even reached out to Jasmine, and before they even showed anything on the film or on 90 Day, Gino had given the producer, Brian Spohr, my contact information, and Brian Spohr had left me a voicemail. I completely ignored it because I didn't want anything to do with it, until I got the pictures that I did. And then I was like, I reached out to Jasmine,
Wait a minute.
and
What
she,
pictures did you get?
well, I got a lot of pictures, and I got a lot of videos. And like I said before, I was getting this of other girls that he was with too. Like, it wasn't
Ooh.
just Jasmine. It was
Mm-hmm.
other women that he was meeting on this seeking arrangement website, which is for sugar baby, sugar daddies to meet.
Okay.
So he had been doing that. It was really weird. I would ignore it. Like, I wouldn't respond, or I would be like, dude, stop. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is
Okay.
after we broke up and moved
And
on,
you were
or at least
living
I
with
was moving on.
Gino at one time, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's a whole long story too, but
Okay. I just
okay.
want to make
There's a
sure
lot.
that
There's a
we're
lot going on here.
clear. So it was you and your two kids. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because we're going to talk
For
about
a
that too.
period of time, yeah. And I didn't want to talk about it before, but I'm just everything that he's gone through and whatnot. I'm just like, oh my God, this man has been through enough, and it's time to come clean, and it's time to, like, uh, anyways, I'll get to that. But so where was I? The photos were
Mm-hmm.
of different girls he would send me, and not nude, but just pictures of him out with them, or for Jasmine, for instance, I think they were chatting through webcam, and he would take screenshots because I could see his face in the corner. And I'm like, what is going on? Why is, because there was so many of them. And then one day, like I said, Brian had swore, the producer of 90 Day Fiance, had reached out to me, and he had um, called me to do, like an interview or whatever, because Gino had mentioned my name and my phone number, to be one of the, friends or whatever that gets interviewed. And I just ignored that at that time. But I had reached out to Jasmine through DM on social media saying, hey, I know you don't know me, but I kind of know you because Gino's been messaging me about you, and I have something that I want to tell you. Well, she ignored that. She didn't open it. I don't know if she saw it or what. So one day I decided to reach out to Brian Swarth also through social media because he had added me. And this is on like an account of mine that has since been deleted. Like I've gone through so many accounts on
Yeah, you've
Instagram.
lost a couple of IG accounts
Yeah.
because you just disappeared off my IG, and then you pop. And then when I saw that you had spoken with Mary at Kiki and Kibitz, I just left a comment. I said,
Yeah.
"She's telling the truth. We interviewed her."
I
And then you
appreciate that.
popped in
Yeah.
my box. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and I had posted about this on Reddit before it ever happened on the show. I'm like, hey, I thought you guys would like to know this, like, because what happened was I talked to the producer. I told him my side of things, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you when I want you to send your message to Jasmine, not to me, Brian Spohr, the producer, but I want you to
Ooh.
send it to Jasmine at a certain time when we're filming so I can get a genuine
Ooh.
reaction.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what happened. You see it on the show where
Yep.
she's like, oh, your ex is texting me. Did you text her? And he's like, no, I would never do something like that.
And we knew he was lying, but
Yeah.
you never sent the pictures to the producer as Jasmine is now
That's what I'm
claiming.
saying. Yeah. I sent
Okay.
them to her. He had me send them to her.
Okay.
I would never send them to anybody. That is not the kind of person I am. I was reaching out to her to let her know that, hey, this is what's happening. I fully expected her to be like, oh my God, thank you for telling me that. And I'm sorry that he did that. Not even, I'm sorry. Like, she doesn't need to be sorry. Just like, I expected her to be shocked and upset with him. But instead,
She went at
she,
you.
yes. And it was pretty bad. Like, the things that she said to me.
Yeah. And she's still coming
And
for
then
you.
yeah, and then coming out with all these lies about me that I sent them to the place that she works in a whole nother country. I didn't even know at that time that she even worked. I assumed they met on this sugar baby website. That's her job. Like I didn't
Yeah,
think that she
she
was
was a
working.
teacher, but she calls herself a professor. But let me say, in her country, is considered professor, okay? But she
Yeah,
was a teacher. But then when it came to Dane, I was told he was an actor, but he was also from the Sugar Baby website.
Dane. Oh, I don't know anything about him.
Yeah,
I
I
really
have
only
that
know
on good
personally.
authority. He was from a website, and they got him to play the role of her boyfriend, or her friend. They dated a few times, and then she met Gino, who that storyline has completely been blown all the way out, because I do believe they had an arrangement for him
Yeah,
to bring her here.
yeah,
Okay. And I know you've seen Gino in the past couple of weeks. Matter of fact, you just saw him yesterday, right?
yeah. I did. Yeah, I was
And
gonna.
I see the pictures you sent to me. He looks healthy. He looks happy.
Yeah.
But my understanding is that Gino and Jasmine had an arrangement in their marriage. Uh, that's why she started seeing Matt. Is that true? Is that what Gino is saying?
Well, let me back up a little
Okay.
bit. I was going to get to that, but I want to
Okay,
do
go
it in
ahead.
like chronological order because otherwise it will not make sense.
Okay, go
So,
ahead.
yes, I reached out to her. She went off. She made up a bunch of lies. She said that I sent the photos to her school to get her fired. That never happened. She said I sent literally like maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, on Stephanie Maddow, who by the way I've met several times and we are friends,
I like.
so
Mhm.
she didn't know that. She posted under Stephanie Maddow, who also was on 90 Day Fiance,
Yes, I know
the
who she is.
previous.
She was dating
Okay,
the chick in Australia or South Africa. Yep, I know who
yeah.
Stephanie is. The fart girl, the fart jar girl.
The fart
Yep.
jars, yeah. We did there was a Michigan's Prettiest Butthole competition
Oh
at
God.
Deja Vu in Lansing, Michigan, and we were guest judges at it.
Ooh.
That's when we first met. But so yeah, she posted under her. Stephanie came out with this video about the things that Jasmine had said and the lies and everything. And Jasmine had posted on there that she she sent the photo, or she being me sent the photos to Brian Spohr, the producer, and that she's a victim of a crime. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, you are not. I mean, yes, him sending it to me, yes, but I never sent them anywhere. She says that they were leaked online. Where are they then? They're not leaked
Never
online.
saw them. Never saw
Yeah.
them.
Um. So, oh, my cat, thing is going off. So yeah, that never happened, and she. I said, oh, that never happened. That never happened. And I said a bunch of stuff in the comments. Well, all of a sudden the comment is gone. So I don't know if she deleted her comment so to as delete mine so that people don't see it, or if she blocked me, or both. But I don't
Could be
see that
both.
comment anymore. And I'm like, just like, the victim is my eyeballs because I had to see that. I did not ask for that.
Okay. So, as Gino's friend, do you feel that he was given a bad edit on the show?
I mean, I don't think either one of them looks good. I'll say that much. But I will say, so obviously I was very pissed at the time. And yeah, I said things. I went on these podcasts. Like, obviously, I was on the podcast with you. I was pretty pissed. And I was actually on Jasmine's side, even after she went off at me like that and
Yeah, I
everything.
remember that.
Yeah, I was pretty much still siding with her. I don't think there's a side you can really take on this, though, because they're both wrong for what they did. And but the thing is that Gino has come out and apologized to me, and he has said he's wrong. I said, what the fuck were you thinking, Gino? Like, what the when we got together the first time? We've gotten together twice since
Yeah.
then.
So, why do you
And
think he
like,
reached out to
he's just
you again?
he's like, I'm not a perfect person. He's
But
like,
why do
I don't
you
have
think he
anything I
came
can
back to you? Because he was dating, he filmed The Single Life with someone else. Then he was dating Kelly, who I love. I love Kelly. They broke up on her terms. So he came to
yeah.
you after he broke up with Kelly?
No, no, they were together, and I'm not 100% sure who reached out to who. I know
Okay.
I've been following the story, and the more I see of the terrible things that she says about him on TV, and the screaming, and then her getting pregnant with another man's baby while they're still married, like all that, I'm just like, oh my God, like how
So how
much.
does Gino really feel about her being, because on the show she told Gino she didn't she didn't think she wanted to have a baby, she couldn't have a baby, and she was upset because the two kids didn't come, which we know that one kid isn't even hers, the other one she left with other people to come here.
Exactly.
So how does he feel about her being pregnant with another man's child?
Yeah, it's pretty sad for the children that are the well, I mean, one of them isn't hers, like you said, even
Hmm.
though that's the one that she chooses to post all the time, and
Yes.
yeah, used as a pawn basically to try to make herself look like she's this great mother that's involved while she's in another country. But
Hmm.
anyway, um oh, you mentioned Kelly. By the way, I love Kelly. I She reached out to me, and we've been talking and friends ever since. She's such a sweet person.
She is.
Gino fumbled bad, and I still need to talk to him about that part. But Yeah, she's a really good person, it seems like. And it was like a real thing for her.
Yep. But
Oh,
when she did did Gino explain or did he say anything to you about him sending and receiving pics from this other woman while he was dating Kelly?
oh no, I didn't know about that. And when I found I like because I, follow the 90-day, like a lot of the 90-day bloggers,
Hmm.
and I'll like see stuff, or I'll go to Reddit and like look on there to see what's going on. So it's entertaining as hell. I'm not gonna lie, it's very entertaining.
But
Uh,
he
uh,
was doing this, and this woman
yeah,
reached
yeah,
out to Kelly.
I saw
And
the screenshots.
yeah, and she was, Kelly was being open and honest with her. And what
Yeah.
did she do? She turns around and gives it to the bloggers with all of Kelly's, personal information. She could have
Oh,
kept out the divorce stuff. She should
oh
have
my
kept
God.
out Kelly's ex-husband, but Kelly was speaking to her to let her know where
Oh,
and how she was,
oh,
how she got to where she's at.
I didn't
And
know that.
yes, and then she deleted all of her accounts.
The only thing that I saw was that Gino had like reached out to somebody and like asked for like ass pictures. I didn't know anything about her
Oh, it was more,
information. That's
and it was more than ass pictures. He was sending, well, he didn't send her pics, but he kept asking for more and more stuff. And he was playing this little game with this lady.
oh,
And it's just sad that Kelly was in the crossfire. So even
yeah,
after all of that, she and Gino worked it out. But
yeah, yep,
but when it's
yeah.
everywhere, and then I see why they broke up. And she said that they're both in a good place, and it was on her terms. But what I wanted to talk to you about, when Jasmine came to Gina's home at that time, I saw the bunk beds for your kids was still there. the,
You saw where?
the toy.
Oh my God, fucking Gino.
I,
I
I
know
said,
he kept my kids' bunk beds and that. Like,
I
why?
said, wait a minute.
Man,
That's Lindsay's
what
kids'
are you
room.
doing? What are you doing with those?
He
Oh my,
didn't even prepare for her to come. And his
yeah.
bathroom, his toilet was so nasty. Lindsay, when you lived there, did that house look like that? It was just disgusting.
Oh my God, no, but I also cleaned, so I'm like an OCD like cleaner. Like I love to clean and I love to like decorate and stuff, but it is the same couch. I will say that. That couch has been there forever.
Probably the same bed, too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
ooh, probably the same sheets.
But I don't understand. Did you break up with Gino or did Gino break up with you?
Honestly, it was like a mutual thing. Like we knew that this wasn't what either of us wanted, and it wasn't like anything like, oh, I hate this person or I hate that
I get it.
person. That didn't start until he started like constantly sending me other girls' stuff to try to make me jealous. And I'm like, it's
That's
not
what he
making
was
me
doing with
jealous.
Jasmine. But what
It's
I
just
want
making me annoyed.
But what I want to know is, does he really have a porn addiction? Because according to Jasmine, he watches porn all day and jacks off.
Um, well, I'm in porn.
Well, I know
um,
that, but and the thing is, she said on one show that he was looking at pictures of you, Lindsay.
oh
Uh,
my
she
God.
said, she said the ex-girlfriend, he was looking at pictures of his ex-girlfriend who he was with before her and jacking off. And that would be
Oh,
you.
like what? People don't need to know this. Why is that on TV?
It's on TV.
That is
He
TMI.
said it. She
I
said
don't
it.
know. I don't know.
You didn't watch that season when she said it? It was when all of them were at the house and they were doing the reunion. Oh, yes, she said it. And then it was on the reunion.
No, you know what
last
I
season.
started doing? It's too much. I used to be a huge 90 Day fan, like before Gino and Jasmine were on. Like it was so good. And then it just started kind of going downhill. There's just like too much to follow
Yep,
now.
it is
So
downhill.
I get all my 90 day like lore and everything offline. Like I look at the social medias and like Reddit and stuff and I catch up that way. So I don't really see like I see clips and I see like the important stuff or whatever, but I don't actually watch the show anymore. I don't have enough time to do that.
I only watch it because people I like to talk about the foolishness. Now
Yeah.
you and Scott are having a little issue. What is the issue that you're having with Scott?
Oh, we made up since then. It was a misunderstanding, but it was a little bizarre. So what happened was he posted this thing about the whole Gino and Jasmine situation and saying, "Oh, I live in Clearwater or whatever, like come meet up, Matt, like I should beat your ass basically." Um for getting Jasmine pregnant while she's married to Gino because he's
Mhm.
like friends with Gino and cool with Gino.
He
So
tries to stay
I
relevant, but okay.
oh okay. Well, yeah, he is a big attention whore. uh,
Yes, he
so
is.
yeah. Um so I reached out to him. I was like, haha, like that's funny, but like also fucked up or whatever. And like that from there we started like talking a little bit through DMs. And just all of a sudden I see this story go up that he tagged me in, and it's just a picture of me, photoshopped with a picture of him holding a towel over his pee pee,
Oh my
and
god.
then his dog peeing on a picture of Jasmine and Matt, and I'm like, what
Oh my
is
god.
this? I'm like, there's no context, and you didn't like approve this with me. Just post this and tag me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then like after that, it was like a picture of I think just me, and he like wrote Scotty's or something like that. And I'm just like, dude, I've got a boyfriend and I don't know what you're thinking because I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. I didn't even see his episodes yet. I gotta watch though. Now I'm like curious because he is very funny. I will give him that. And so I didn't know anything about him. I'm like, is this dude like totally crazy or
Yes,
what?
he is. He went at Riley, who was on one season. Him and
Yeah.
Riley kept going back and forth, and Riley and I and his fiance Lindsay, I mean Lexi, we're really good friends. And
Yeah.
Riley just lost it. He told him he's not the one he wants to play with. Scott just tries to be relevant. He wants to date everybody, and they're
Yeah.
warning you to stay away from Josh Setter, which he was on The Bachelor, but he's irrelevant too. Um, my
Well,
question.
so
Uh-huh.
what happened was I sent him a voice text like, "Hey, I've got a boyfriend and I don't think he's going to appreciate that, and I don't know what this even is because like there's no context here." And he explained like, "Oh, I'm just, trying to get people like, looking at whatever, and they'll piece it together what they want, like I leave it for interpretation, whatever, that's why there's no context." I'm like, okay, well, can you just take it down because it doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense, and I'm glad. Well, I didn't see that one, but I know he was saying some dumb shit in comments. But my thing is to you, how the fact that Jasmine is pregnant, and which their
Mm,
storyline is totally fake because she's been living in Florida for damn near a year, a little over a year since they left that last tell-all. Um, my thing is, it's how does Gino, and maybe you can give some insight, how does he really feel about this woman that he married, which I was told that he and Jasmine had an arrangement. Um,
hmm
is that true? Did he ever say anything about an arrangement that they may have had?
um so I don't know what I'm allowed to share and what I'm not allowed to share, but I will say like obviously he's not happy about it. It's not something, you know, what you see on TV isn't necessarily true, and there's reasons behind everything that happens, but I don't want to get into
Yeah,
like
I
details
know he has
because
an
I don't want
NDA
to.
and I know they're under
Yeah.
contract, but I just don't think. And when I watch I don't know if you watch The Last Resort. When Gino found out about Matt, which he knew that she had been sleeping out, he knew that, but that was a reenactment because him and Jasmine hadn't been together for a while. You can you can say yes or no, but they haven't been together for quite some time. This is not just when they filmed The Last Resort. They came together to film The Last Resort, but they had not been living together at all.
Yeah.
And now why is she going after Kelly? For what reason?
What do you mean going after Kelly?
She's making little nasty comments on Kelly's page.
Oh my god. Like Kelly, the girl? Like the girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so remember when I said that she commented that thing on Stephanie Maddow's TikTok
Uh huh.
and then either took it down or blocked me or both? So Kelly had written, not even in response to that comment, just on there because it was all about like Jasmine's lies about me. She
Okay.
had Kelly wrote like, "Oh, I've been talking with Lindsay, and I don't think she would ever do that. Like, she's a nice person, basically, like saying something positive about me. She didn't
Hmm.
say anything negative about Jasmine at all. She
Nothing
just
at
said
all.
something nice about me, and then she got the block on everything from Jasmine." So, Jasmine, I guess, is upset that she likes me. I don't know.
Well, I spoke to someone that speaks to Jasmine, I mean, on a regular basis, and I did tell them that Jasmine is making herself look really bad. Okay. No matter how you cut it, she's coming across as a charlatan and a harlot. Basically, you're sitting there being happy but being pregnant with this man's baby, but you have a
Right.
whole ass husband that you claim to love. And she changed her name on IG to Jasmine, Matt, and Gino. Did you see that?
You know what I said? I was like, we need to make an account that is Gino, Lindsay, Tara,
Oh my God.
and like
But Gino
go to
does
that
look good
stupid
in
ass
the
account
pictures.
because you know that she runs it and he's locked out of there and he can't get into it, so he has no control over what she posts on that.
Yep. So I just want to show you guys Gino looks happy with his hats and with Tara.
He
Now
let her
this
take his
was
hat off and do pictures without his hat. Tara was wearing his hat.
so no, that one no, I would never ever show. But Gino looks
Yeah,
quite happy. He looks
yeah.
good. He looks happy, but I feel no empathy for him at all. And I was looking at the pictures you sent to me from last week and the pictures you got last night. Um I just don't feel any empathy for him because if this is not somebody you want to be with, now this woman is pregnant, is he going to be responsible for this baby for 10 years?
Right. Yeah, if he doesn't fight like the paternity, which I don't know why he wouldn't, but I don't know what he plans to do. You I mean all it takes is a test. If it's not his, it's not his. He doesn't have to take care of it,
Well,
right?
according to Jasmine, since they had been together in the States, they had only slept together, what was it, guys? 8 times or 5 times. And that's what she said on a national TV show. Okay.
Which that's the thing is that all these Jasmine fans are like, "Oh, he wasn't sleeping with her, blah blah blah." Like, would you want to sleep with her when she's like yelling at you all the time and
Nope.
talking crap on TV, like emasculating you, screaming at you, acting a fool? Like,
Everywhere she goes. I teach her everywhere she goes. And I said the same thing. If I had an argument with my boyfriend, no, I'm not going to sleep with you. I don't want to sleep with you. And according to Gino, this was happening all the time, but no one is in their home. We only see when they're filming. Okay,
yeah.
that's it. No one is in their home. And I do believe that some of Jasmine's tantrums were part of production, but some of them she can be so vile when she's
The-
telling Gino
yeah.
that her ex fucks better than he does. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
And
and video of it. Yeah, there's
yes,
things that you cannot fake. I'm sorry. I don't care how good of an actress, which I don't even think she is, but how good of an actress she is, like you can't fake your face turning red, screaming with
Nope.
barrettes in your hair that a 5-year-old should be wearing to kindergarten. Like you can't fake that level of crazy.
Yep. And then that whole beauty pageant thing, that was all a production stage. That was it. Uh, but
Well,
I, yes, that whole pageant that she
oh,
entered in
oh, the
Florida.
pageant. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Yep.
But I saw
And
like on social media some stuff about
yep.
it.
But she totally emasculated Gino then. So
Oh.
you have a boyfriend. How does your boyfriend feel about you hanging out with Gino now?
Oh, he knows what's going on. And he came with us the first
The
time. That
first time I saw him in the pictures, yes, I
yeah, yeah.
did. I didn't
And then
show
this
that
time
one.
he's out of town, so he missed it. But I mean, we're obviously we trust each other. I'm like, yeah, no, Gino and I are not getting back together. My thing is like I said, um, because people keep asking, like, I forgave him because he reached out to me like an adult and was like, I'm going to defend your name because I feel bad that I let her talk about you like this. And I shouldn't have done that. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to be sending girls photos out like that again. Like I learned my lesson the hard way. So I'm like, okay, well that's all that I could ask for. That was what I wanted. Like just learn a fucking lesson.
Yeah,
Don't do that shit. Like clothed, okay, that's still weird, but like don't
yeah.
ever send somebody's nudes that they're trusting you with. Like
So did he
that's not
show
okay. And I don't
Jasmine?
give a shit if she's got an OnlyFans, if she's in mainstream porn, if she's a stripper, you still you don't
You
share that
don't
shit.
do it. Did he ever send pictures of you to Jasmine that you know of?
No, no. But so he had like reached out to me and I forgave him, and now I'm like, he's been through so much that like I feel kind of bad because there is a side of Gino that people don't see on the TV. Well, they kind of got it a little bit. I saw some stuff where like they posted clips from, I don't know if he was in like some pool where the guys are like drinking or whatever. Like that's fun, Gino. Like that's like
Okay.
goofy. Like the other day we were having him pose like he's like a pole dancer or whatever. Like and
I
like
saw that picture. Well, I saw the little video that you sent to
oh
me
yeah,
with
yeah,
you guys showing him how to get on a pole. I saw
yeah.
that one.
So I mean, he laughs at he can laugh at himself and not take life seriously and everything. It's just like with Jasmine just constantly pounding on him, like he's just defeated and looks like a total loser, like
Yeah,
on
he
the show.
looks better right now. But does he still have contact with Jasmine? Do you know?
Um, I don't think I don't know. I don't know.
If
I
you
would assume
post,
so because they're filming partners or whatever for the show. I mean, I don't really
and
know.
that's what they are, filming partners for the show. They haven't been together for quite some time.
Mhm.
And I get it. But Gino is an engineer. Gino is a day trader. Am I correct?
Oh yeah.
So Gino doesn't really need to work. He's a day trader.
Mhm.
And when Jasmine was sitting there fussing at him about, you know, hiring a lawyer and spending the money, and Gino kept saying, no, he doesn't have that type of money. I'm looking at Gino going, man, you are a day trader and you do really well at what you do.
I don't know if you remember this, but that was part of my message. And all the screenshots have been posted to Reddit a million times over. Like, I ended up taking them down because I was getting so much hate and I was getting my social media.
You broke, okay,
Uh,
you broke up
Other
for a minute.
people took screenshots of my screenshots and reposted them to
Uh
Reddit.
huh.
So they're there. All you have to do is go on Reddit, search Linzee, Gino, whatever, and you can find the only conversation I've had with this woman. And when I reached out to her, that was one of the things that I said, is that, like, that's what I meant by it. I said, he's going to try to control you with money or whatever it is that
Yep.
you are seeking. And that's kind of what my experience was. And I was trying to warn her, like, you but she didn't want to listen. She wanted to be mad at
She
me.
didn't
So that's
care,
fine.
Lindsay. She wanted the green card. She wanted to come here. She didn't care.
Hello?
She left her now
Uh-oh.
her youngest son. What? Wait a minute. Is it the oldest one? That's the husband's
I don't know
child.
if you
That's
can hear me, but I
autistic,
can't
or
hear
is it?
you.
Oh,
Let
you
me
can't hear
see.
me
I'm going to
because you
message you
faded
on
out for a minute.
Instagram because I cannot hear anything.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Drop
Someone called me.
and
I'm using my phone. Somebody called me
come back.
and I ignored the call, but it made me lose my sound, I think. Someone
Yeah. So drop and come
lost
back.
my sound. Oh, drop and come back.
Yes.
Oh, wait. I think I can hear you now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. I'm on panel, but the whole thing with Jasmine, she's trying to portray herself right now as a victim. She's
The
nobody's
whole time,
victim.
the whole time she has been. It's
Yeah, she's not a
ridiculous.
victim. But I've always believed, and I still believe, because even when they were filming, I didn't see any real connection between she and Gino, not at all. I do believe it was an arrangement, and I don't care if you tell him what, it was an arrangement for him to bring her here. But then again, he married her. So did he assume that she was going to be faithful? Because they were arguing like this before they got married. So why marry someone who uh uh talks down to you, treats you like shit, always wants you to spend money? Why marry somebody like that?
Right.
And he had no intention of bringing her kids here. I'm gonna tell you, well, her son, not the kids, because she
Um,
can't bring
wait,
one.
did you say he had no intention or she had
She
no?
had no intention.
Oh,
That was
okay.
just for the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, correct.
That was just for the show.
Uh,
She had no
so
intentions at all.
someone asked if he has an entire room full of hats.
Yeah.
Basically, a whole closet full.
Well, you can see by all the hats that matches it damn near every outfit he wears.
He was wearing a fedora the other night. It looked very nice.
Yeah,
I was
it looked really nice. And
baseball hat.
and could you tell Gino to shave that patch of hair that's in the back? Because that is so dumb. Tell him just go completely bald. Okay? Tell
Yeah,
him
bald
bald
is
is in.
beautiful. Nothing wrong with it. You just have to own it. Like you got to
Yeah.
be.
That
Um,
little patch of hair he keeps to the
yeah,
back, where the hat just lays there. You see the little hair. We
it's
know he has none. Tell
it's
him it's
like a
time to let
reverse
it go.
mullet.
Yeah, tell him let it go. Look, be like Elsa, let it go. We all know, let it go.
Let
But
it go.
I just don't think that they were a match for each other. Is there someone that's a match for Gino? No, because he's got a lot of little quirks. But I do believe if he finds someone that intrigues him, he won't be that way. Uh Girl, you should have saw Jasmine on TV showing the butt plugs. She was trying everything she could to get Gino to have sex with her, okay?
Or just get attention for
Yep,
her. Uh,
exactly.
someone said, and she's such a great mother. I don't know if they're talking about me, but if they
No,
are,
Jasmine. Jasmine.
because I was going to say, you don't know nothing about me.
No, it's Jasmine.
Okay.
No,
I'm about
Jasmine.
to
No, it's how long did you stay with how long did you live with Gino?
um, it was so long ago. It was like over 10 years ago, but I want to say like a year or two.
And he still has the hots for you. Do you know
I mean, well, it is me. I'm
that?
just kidding.
He still has the hots for you.
I am the type of person that like I just like kind of remain friends with like my exes, or at least I try to. Like I don't hold grudges unless like the whole Jasmine thing is just like you keep coming out, like even just like a couple weeks ago, coming out with these lies saying I bullied your disabled child, and she said
Yes,
that
she did.
I
I
said
forgot
that
about that.
he was a punishment from God. Like that's a really like I can't even think of
You would
things like
never say anything
what
like
the
that.
yeah, no. So besides that, like so she's really the only person that I like get really I'm not gonna lie, I get like really emotionally like charged when I think about all the shit. Like I'm just like, man, like lie about me. Just the stuff that she did to Gino that I saw, and the not, leaving your kid in another country, which I mean, everybody has to make the right choice for themselves and their families. But I just, as a mother myself, I can't imagine not seeing my child and leaving them in another country. Um, for what? For
But
90
she,
days?
yeah, right. She's been here what, 2.5 years? She still hasn't got him here yet. Have you ever met her in person when she was living in Michigan with Gino? Have you ever
No,
ran
no,
into
never
her?
met her. And that's the thing. I've only the only experience I have had is her lying about me to other people, and the message thread that we had.
And she's
Oh,
never
okay.
wanted to
Thanks,
meet you?
Christopher.
Eh,
What?
So she's never wanted to meet you at all?
Not that I know of. I would meet her. You know who came out on 90 Day Fiance Alexa's page, who is just
Yes.
a fan, clearly, is Nikki Exotic, and she's all like, what did she say? She said, "Oh, these keyboard warriors, whatever, they would never say it to Jasmine's face." I would say it to Jasmine's face, right to her face, and I would say more than that.
But
Like
you know who
everything
Nikki
I've
is,
said,
right?
everything I've said is true. Everything I said, uh, I mean, and I
Hello,
have
Frank.
absolutely no fear of fucking Jasmine. Give me a break.
Let me just ask you this question. Nikki Exotica, do you know who she is?
Yeah, I saw some of the episodes from when I don't remember what it was. Was it like before the 90 days, or was it? Oh wait, no, it was when they were over in another country, right?
Yes.
So what is that? That's the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other way.
I saw her thing.
Yeah. So she and Jasmine were on the reunion, and she was saying that Jasmine was saying if she was gay, she would sleep with Nikki. And they were all up in each other's grill and everything else. And every time Jasmine had an episode or start crying and screaming, Nikki ran after her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
really
I
don't
think I feel
care
like
about Nikki.
they're probably friends, but they probably do they both have an OnlyFans or just Jasmine?
Jasmine has an OnlyFans. Nikki has an OnlyFans.
Okay, so
Ari
it's
now
probably should
has an
promote their
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans because
Yeah,
that's what
they are.
I mean, I'm in the industry, the actual
Why
like
don't you have an
industry, and like
OnlyFans?
and we do like a lot of, or I'm not in it anymore. I'm getting into real estate now, but at, at the time when I was doing it, we'd do a lot of collaborations and stuff like that. So like anything that you can drum up to, sell your people getting curious about your site, like the whole feet thing that she does, and the whole butt plugs, and the whole like, oh, suddenly a lesbian or whatever, or
Yep,
curious,
just
like all
yep,
that's
I get it.
just marketing.
So Lindsay, did you ever go on OnlyFans?
I have an OnlyFans, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, it is what it is. It's money. It's good money, and
I'm
I
going on
enjoyed it while I
OnlyFans.
did
I'm
it.
just
I'm
gonna
not
show
doing
my
it
feet.
anymore. But what's that?
I said I'm going on OnlyFans. I'm just gonna do my feet though. I'm just
There you
joking,
go.
girl. I'm just joking. I've got
That
beautiful
sells out.
feet. I'm
Feet.
just gonna go on OnlyFans and just show my feet all day long. I'm gonna have a live camera set up on my toes all day long. That's what
And
I'm gonna
people
do.
would tune in. I we told we when we were with Gino the other night, last night. we were like, you should get an OnlyFans and just take like
Girl,
have yourself
almost
like
spit my
photos
coffee out.
of yourself like at the beach, at a library, like different photos with your hat off. People would join that shit.
If Gino gets an OnlyFan, I please don't do that.
No, 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 not naked.
Oh, okay.
Just his
Okay.
hat off.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. We
Hats off,
don't need
Gino.
Gino on
Twenty ninety
OnlyFans.
nine a month.
Not his feet, not his head, nothing. Gino does not need to be on OnlyFans. I'm just, I mean, I think it's nice that you and Gino have come back together as friends, but
Yeah.
don't let him try to manipulate and use you and try to isolate you from your boyfriend because
Oh
yeah,
God, he
don't let
couldn't if
him
he
do that.
tried. I love my boyfriend so much. I have the best boyfriend, and also, eh, um, what was I gonna say? I lost it. I don't know, but I would. He could try, and it wouldn't happen. And he knows that. He knows that. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That the don't be used or whatever by him. I think there's a certain aspect of it where, like, okay, this is going to get me attention. Well, it's going to get me attention too, so it's like a thing where we're like, but I think we actually enjoy spending time together too, all of
Yeah.
us. So we
I
did have
used to
fun
follow you.
together.
Yeah,
What's
because I used to follow you on IG after we did that interview, and then it was another page. That one, it was one page went down. Then you got another page. You sent me a follow
Yeah.
request, and then that page disappeared. I'm like,
Dude,
who's reporting her pages like this?
yeah, I've been through like 6 accounts, and it was all when the at first when that Jasmine stuff came out, like in
Okay,
the very beginning. And I don't know if you noticed, but Jasmine, so I lost my accounts, and I lost the account that I had been messaging her through, and then she got rid of her original account that she had been messaging me through. So now when you look at it, it looks like it's two different people that don't exist anymore, but that's because they're deactivated accounts.
I
And if
get you.
you go to
I get
Screen
you.
Rant, you can find, I had to do some digging, but you can find that, like, no, that's a deactivated account that she was messaging me from. And she made a whole ass new account because people are like, oh, that's not even her account. It was her account. She made a new one, and it was my account. My accounts got deactivated because I kept getting reported for like just crazy stuff. Like, I'm fully clothed, but I get reported for sexual solicitation. I get reported for bullying and harassment on my photos. Like, who am I bullying with my photos? Don't look at them. Like, so yeah, I got a bunch of accounts taken down,
Okay.
and I can't even, like, if I want to be verified, I have to file for a doing business as, because that's clearly not my real name. And it's just a whole thing. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll just keep coming back with new accounts. I've lost hundreds and thousands of followers, but it is what it is. It's also part of being in the industry that I was in. Like, we get shadow banned, we get deactivated, all that.
Well, I just want you to be careful and take care of yourself because in my opinion, Gino has a way of using and manipulating people. And that's what I see in him. I really, really do.
Yeah.
Right now he's playing the victim. Jasmine is playing the victim. Everybody's a victim except for that baby that didn't ask to come here. And
Uh,
this is a whole mess that's gonna
yeah.
be exploited. It's a
Yeah.
whole mess, and that
Already
child
being
is gonna be in
exploited.
the
Look at my
middle
belly.
of
Look at my
everything.
belly. Look at my belly. Like, okay, we get it. You're pregnant. You're not the first person that's been pregnant before. Put your
Mm.
stomach away.
Nope, she's the first person. Well, she cheated on national TV. Uh, she's coming across as a
Yeah.
user, and he's coming across as a simp.
Yep.
And I don't know Gino personally. I know I've spoken to Uncle Marco in DMs. Uncle
I
Marco
love.
has a whole. Oh, so you love Uncle Marco?
I love Uncle Marco. Yes, he's so innocent. Like, how can you not love him?
But why?
I mean, I did just hear about what happened and her like leaking his all that, but
Yeah, but he wants to take her on a tell-all so he can tell all. I'm like, damn, Uncle Marcos. But
he's mad.
it's
Yeah.
you
And there
know,
and people are always like, "Oh, his Gino's family supports Jasmine." Like, no, look at
no,
all
they
the
don't.
look at Lisa, look at Tony, look at
Yep.
Anthony. Like there's two people in his family and they're married and one of them her only friend is Jasmine. So the two people that are on her side, there's reason for that.
Well, I look. I really wish Gino the best, but he didn't do himself no favors by keep going on this show. And I know it's
No.
contract, and he's been on it for a while now, so he's making about 3,000, 4,000 an episode, maybe 3,000, 4,000. But Gino doesn't need to keep going on the show where he gets humiliated and being made to look a fool. And they both look foolish at this time. Their storyline should have been over with 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe 2 seasons ago. It's enough. It's like
No, I don't
Angela
think
and
we're done.
Michael, and she's abusive, and he says, her temper. But if she can act that way at a tell all, you're screaming at other couples, you're talking down to your husband, you're doing all this crazy shit. I can only imagine how she was at the house, to be honest.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
only imagine. So for that, I'm going to give him kudos on, but everything else, he's not a victim, and neither is she.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that that Gino quite well. I mean, you dated him, you live with him, but just make sure that he's not sucking you into something that's going to get you in trouble, is what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
You better
uh
not get in trouble.
well, just
I
want to
didn't
make
sign
sure
any
that you keep your nose
NDAs.
clean.
I didn't sign any NDAs. I'm
Well,
not a part of the show. I can say whatever I
so
want.
is he going to try to, because I know he's filming another show. Is he going to try to get you to come on the show as a friend to the show?
No, I wouldn't anyway.
You sure? Even if they offered you good money to come on the show for a couple of appearances?
Um, well, that hasn't been offered to me. You know what I did for a living, so clearly you offer me enough money.
Yep. TLC doesn't care. They don't care. They had Jeffrey on there who beat women, uh, who was a frauder. You had Angela on there who one of her best friends killed a man. She's a total racist. They don't care. They just want to come on for the drama. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't care. And you're honest about what you did, and what field
Oh,
you were in, where you met Gino at. You're honest about it. I don't think they would bring you on there because nobody's going to be able to find any dirt on you because everything's out there.
right. And I've already
Everything
come
is
out
there.
with it. Anyway. It's already pretty much all out there. So,
So that's what I'm laughing about. But the people that they bring on, and I don't think they do background checks on these people at all. Because if they did, you have one guy that was on the show that just went to prison for what?
oh,
Child porn,
who?
solicitation. The
Who?
guy, the guy who was dating the girl looked like she was 13 years old. Shit, I forgot his name.
That doesn't
Drea's,
narrow it down.
yeah, hold on. I'm trying to remember. Drea is not here, but I just did a whole story on him a few months back. And he has a young daughter himself, and he just went to prison.
Oh my god.
And you have
That's
the other one, who's
scary.
faking cancer. I think it is Gary. There's
Oh no,
another
I
one.
said that's scary.
No, I think his name is Gary, though. Hold on.
Oh.
90-day fiance, um, convicted. Hold on. Convicted felon. Let's see, which one is it? We have Jeffrey. We have uh Okay, we had the drug dealer that was on there, who's in a wheelchair,
Oh my god.
convicted child. Wait a minute. Convicted. Wait a minute. Convicted child molester.
Somebody mentioned Big Ed, but the thing about Big Ed is like people watch him. That's why they keep showing him. Same with Angela, same with Jasmine and Gino. Like, if you don't like somebody, don't watch them. That's the only way.
Yeah, his name is Michael. Sorry, his name is Michael
Michael.
Ellisway. He's 42 years old. He's from Twinsburg. He was just convicted for child pornography and adult pornography.
Oh, I don't wait. So it was Michael, and who was the girl?
He's married to what's her name? Hold on.
Oh, he's
Uh,
married.
he married this girl that looked every bit of 13 years old. Seriously. And then she got older. He was convicted in October. When he was on 90 Day Fiance, I kept saying when I saw her, I said, how old is this girl? She looked like she was like 13 or 14. But they have a baby together now.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm
He has a
out of the loop.
5-year-old daughter. Yep, he has a 5-year-old daughter.
I just
And he
remember the good old days with Paul and Karini.
Oh, well, Paul was just in the
And,
hospital. Karini is pregnant again.
oh my,
And she did a GoFundMe. Yes, Paul just was on all over IG as well. Again, some fake illness that
I
they thought he had. I
I
can't
thought he
take
was
Paul.
missing at sea.
Yep.
That was the last thing that I saw online. I don't follow them on social
Yeah.
media because it's just too much. I'll
His
get
wife's
stressed.
name is Azia, Aziza. Azia. She's from like Thailand or somewhere like that. She looked like a
Mm,
kid.
wow.
She looked
Yeah.
like a kid. Yeah, but these people, the show used to be good. You were believing in a storyline. Now it's like repeat, rinse, repeat,
Yeah, there was like a
rinse, repeat.
Mormon couple that was like, yeah, they seemed legit. Like they met when the guy was like on a mission or something. Do you remember that couple?
Yes, I remember that one. Um, but it's been so you're not following it. Last season they were talking about Brian, who was in a wheelchair. He was a drug dealer. His wife found out he was cheating, and she had her buddies to go, and they shot him. Now he's in a wheelchair, and he was on the show, and he wasn't even divorced.
Did he get shot on the show?
No, he didn't get shot on the show. No, he's been
Oh,
in a wheelchair for like 20 something years, but he used that as manipulation for women. He's been married 4 times, and he was on the show, and he wasn't even divorced yet.
oh wow.
They don't
Oh yeah,
care.
I loved Amphisa and George. I loved their story.
Yep. So George is doing really well now,
Yeah.
and he just had a baby.
Aw.
George just had a baby. He came out of jail, got his life together because he had to serve that time for that marijuana. He came out, and he's doing really well now.
Good. That's
So he is
I
really
saw,
doing really
I saw
well.
Anfisa in the on the first was it the first season of Villains House of Villains?
Yeah,
It
I
was the
never
first
watched
or
her on
second
House of
season.
Villains. I've never watched her on
Oh,
House
okay.
of Villains. I don't even watch that show. I'm into Traders. I am into, you know what? Maybe you should go on Traders too.
What
You
is
could be a
that?
trader. Look, you could be a trader. I'm trying to get Riley on Trader.
What is it?
It's a TV show where they have like people from Survivor and stuff. They go to this castle in Scotland, or they go to Australia, and you have to figure out who the traders are versus who are the faithfuls. It's a really good show.
Oh, that sounds just like House of Villains.
Well, might be. I need to watch House of Villains then. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is really a great show. I like the UK version, the United States version, but the Australian version is better. They're more cutthroat.
Is it on like Netflix or something?
It's on Peacock.
Oh, I don't know if I have
It
that.
comes on It comes on Bravo, but then after it comes on, it goes to Peacock.
Oh, okay.
So it's really, really good. And I am hooked on The Traders, girl. I
I
am
love
hooked.
finding shows like that.
Yep. Hi, Michelle. Okay, so Lindsay is here. Do you guys have any questions for Lindsay before I let Lindsay go? Because Lindsay is a very busy woman. Does anybody have questions for Lindsay?
I
Lin-
really am. I was gonna say White Lotus is like my favorite show. Do you watch that?
Okay, I've been trying. Okay, Lindsay, I've tried to get into White Lotus, right? Then I ran across Gross Point, the Gordon Club, which is a whole lot better than White Lotus. So I
Really?
need to get back into White. Yes, Gross Point, the Gordon Club. My God, that show is good.
Oh my god, what is that on?
It's on it's on Max. It's the same thing with
Oh, okay.
White Lotus. What
Ooh,
is it?
I haven't
Max or Netflix? It's the same thing. Wherever White Lotus is, that's where it's at as well.
okay.
Okay.
Check
So
that. I love White Lotus. I love so we went to Maui because the first one was in Maui. The second one was in Sicily, so we went to Sicily. Now it's in Thailand. I feel like we need to go to Thailand. But I'm just like, I want to go everywhere White Lotus is, but it like makes everywhere so
yep.
busy.
I've watched the first three episodes, Lindsay. They had all the monkeys out there. I'm like, where the fuck are we at? And And then I guess I lost it someplace. I came back. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'll start watching it again. But I've
Yeah,
been watching like Beauty in Black. That is really good. I watch The Outer Banks, which is really, really good.
I've
And
heard
then,
that. Yeah.
yep. And then I heard I need to watch Temptation Island on Netflix. It's 8 episodes. So I'm going to watch that.
Is that like that's like a dating show?
Uh I don't know. I haven't watched it. That's why.
Oh,
Yes, the bunk beds at Gino's house, they were Lindsay's kids' bed. Everybody wants to know what these bunk. I'm like, he didn't even try to scrub it from the first wife to Lindsay being there. I would
no.
have had all that shit out the house, Lindsay.
She was pissed when she saw that.
Oh, it was all on camera. It was
I
all
didn't see
on camera.
that. I think I said on the last like podcast or whatever the something I said at one time like they didn't even show the bunk beds. I was
Oh,
waiting
they
for them
did.
to show I didn't know that. Oh my god.
She was pissed when, well,
Oh.
they showed it before she got there because Gina was going around the house, right? And I
Yeah.
said, "Oh my God, there are clothes there are boxes in there. You saw toys and you saw the beds." I said, "Wait a minute, Gino, you didn't get rid of this shit." So when Jasmine got there and she starts cleaning, she finds something from the ex-wife, and then she started talking about how he had things in the house from past relationships. She was talking about those bunk beds. She wasn't happy.
Oh my god. I totally missed that. I
Yep.
if you know what like season
It
or
was on their last season, not the last resort, this past season. Or the season before then when Jasmine came here. Yes. And Gino was walking around the house and he went in
oh.
that room. I was rolling. I said, no, this man does not have this stuff still in this house.
Yeah, because I told you about that before they even showed it. So
Yep. And I remember you were telling us that you kept trying to get your stuff, but he didn't want you to get your stuff. I was like, he's still holding on.
yeah.
Poor Gino. But
Poor
yeah.
Gino.
No, but he looks good. And, if you can find him somebody nice that he's not going to try to manipulate, that has their head on their shoulders, right? And they're not going to be ruled by money or his little quirks, set him up.
Yeah.
Set him up. So is Tyra single?
Oh, how do I answer that question?
Okay, Tyra's not single. So Tyra was
Sarah,
here.
no, she's single. She just has a lot of boyfriends.
She has a lot of well, she can add Gino to the stable. But no, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Tyra was here when we first came on, and then we couldn't connect. So Tyra had to leave. And who was the other lady that was with you? The black lady the first time. It was you, Tyra, and this black lady that
Mm,
came on with
no,
John, myself, and Brooke.
really?
I think she was black. It was three of you. Or maybe she was mixed.
It would have been Tara. It's been Tara the whole time.
Yeah, but it was another lady there with you as well.
Really?
Uh-huh.
When we were on the podcast?
Yeah, it was three of you, or you were talking about your friend that Gino was. No, because she was saying that Gino was trying to talk to her behind your back or after you guys broke up.
Tara.
It was Tara.
It
Okay,
was
but I swore there
yeah.
was another one too. Yeah,
She's Latina, so maybe she was like I don't
yeah,
know.
because she
Maybe
looked
she had
like,
a
yeah,
tan.
well, she could have been Latino, but yes, she was saying how Gino was trying to get with her to get at you. Yes.
Right.
Okay. It's okay. They're asking, is Gino really cheap?
He so we went out to dinner the other night, right?
Hmm.
Um Beautiful restaurant.
It looked
And
like it was beautiful.
yeah, beautiful ambience. It's called Aqua in Plymouth, Michigan.
The
There's a
aqua.
violinist at our table. Like I gave the violinist a tip because that's what you do, right?
Uh-huh.
The guy that owns it and the chef, he brought us out so much food and so many drinks and everything, and it was on the house. And Gino gets up to leave, and I'm like, "Are you going to leave a tip?
Yep, a nice tip, hopefully.
A big tip?"
Yes.
Oh, I don't have any cash on me.
What?
Yeah, so I think it's funny that all these people are like, "Oh, he's paying them. He must be
So,
paying them." Like, no.
no, so why didn't he pull out his credit card and leave a tip on his credit card?
Well, I had cash on me. I was just like, okay, whatever. Because I'm like, I was in the service industry. I know how it is. I'll take care of you. Like,
Okay, but the thing is, Gino know he was going out to eat, right? So that means
right.
that he had to have a credit
But
card or something. Okay.
apparently, the guy had been trying to get him to come up there, and had told him like, oh, I'll cover you or whatever, and
But
your
he
gas.
still should leave a
So
tip for the
yeah, you
service.
would think you know that, but I
Yeah,
don't
we need
know.
to teach Gino some etiquette here. We really, really do. He needs some serious etiquette because you get that kind of service. They're sending out, all these dishes. They want you to try, what they consider their best dishes, the house
Yeah.
specialties, and you don't even leave a tip. Are you crazy?
Yeah, and the
The bill
violinist
would have
is
probably
like
been
at
about
our
five, six
table.
hundred. You could at least left $100 tip,
Yeah,
150.
I left 200. Yeah.
Okay. See?
Yeah, and I gave the violinist like 25 bucks cuz she was at our table asking us, what songs do you like and everything. And it was pretty slow. I don't know why, but cuz the food was great and everything.
I
Um
wrote it down, the Aqua. So whenever I'm in Plymouth, Michigan, I'm gonna have to try that spot.
yeah, yeah, it was so good.
Okay, I'm gonna try that spot. So look, they're saying we knew it was real. That's what Jasmine keeps talking about, is how cheap he is. That's She always says how cheap he is, but you've
Like
got butt
pulling
implants.
teeth.
You've got breast implants, butt implants. You get Botox all the time. So where's your money coming from, Jasmine? Well, now she's being paid because she's in the States. But come on now, he
Yeah.
was doing all of that before.
Well, yeah, yeah, he does it, but it's like I said, like pulling teeth.
Oh my God. So the next
Gotta
time, if
got
he
it.
invites you guys out to dinner, tell him, make sure he goes to the bank, pull cash, and bring
Yeah.
his credit card because you're not putting out any money for anything.
Yeah, the next like 5 times at
Oh
minimum.
my God.
It owes me big now. Yeah.
But I want to say thank you for coming up. I really, really appreciate you coming up. And
It was
trust
fun.
me, if you lose your account again, you've got
Uh,
to hit me up, please.
okay. I will. I will. And thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my God, thank you so much. And I'm gonna have to bring you back one day when I have Lexi and Debbie on panel, because they would love to have a talk with you too.
Yes, and I if Tara can come on with me, it would
Yeah,
be
and
even
Tara
better.
can come on and we can just have a damn good time.
Yes.
All right, sweetie. I appreciate you. Bye. So, guys, that was Lindsay. But guess what? Oh my God. There is so much breaking news going on. There's a woman that drowned a dog in the Florida airport bathroom. Did you guys hear about that? That just happened. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me just share this story with you guys before we leave out of here. And that was a child that just drowned in Florida. The sister tried to save him. This shit is crazy. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. And then I'm going to go because I have an appointment at 6 my time. Let me just share this story with you really quick. And the two young men that we talked about the other day about murder suicide, the coroner actually did the autopsy, but they're not releasing any findings yet. So I'm waiting to see this one. So this is Grady Judd. Hold on a second. What happened to Noah, and this one right here, and then I'm going to.
And we're starting this afternoon with that breaking news because there are new details of a dead dog that was found in the bathroom at Orlando Airport. An arrest warrant affidavit described the disturbing discovery and how Orlando police identified the suspect, Allison Lawrence. West 2 investigative reporter Justin Shecker has been combing through the new court documents and joins us live at OIA. Justin.
Sheldon, good afternoon. Orlando police responded to the airport here on December 16th after investigators say an MCO employee found the dead dog in a trash bag. That woman also says about 20 minutes earlier she saw the suspect, Allison Lawrence, on her knees in the handicapped stall, cleaning up a lot of water and dog food on the floor. The 21-page Orlando police report includes photos of Lawrence with her dog on a leash at the ticket counter.
Oh my
She had
God.
booked an international flight to Bogota, Colombia. Police say she didn't have the proper paperwork to board the plane with her dog named Tywin. An autopsy requested by Orange County Animal Services determined the dog died from drowning or
She drowned the dog because she didn't have the proper paperwork to take him on the flight. Oh my God. Don't you know what you need to get your dog on a flight?
immersion in water. The OPD detective writes Lawrence is believed to have taken extreme and tragic actions by killing the dog. Police also recovered several dog items in the trash bag, such as a rabies tag, companion vest, and a collar that had Lawrence's name and number on it. This morning I tried calling that number to speak with Lawrence, but it said the number was disconnected. Lake County deputies arrested her yesterday and she is already bonded out of jail. Now Lawrence is accused of aggravated animal cruelty, which is a third-degree felony. Covering Orange County Live at MCO, I'm Justin Shecker, West 2 News.
All right, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you. What? Yes. I would think you would call the airlines to see what paperwork you need in order for your dog to fly. What the hell? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you for joining me and Lindsay. I really appreciate you guys being here. And Lindsay is in school for real estate, so we had to get her in between classes, or we could have did it Saturday, but Debbie and I have a lot of stuff to discuss on Saturday. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you missed the live stream from this morning, we had Lady Red, we had Watch You Up Crazy on towards the end, like the last 30 minutes or so. And we were talking about group homes and what Lady Red experienced in the CPS system. And Watch You Up Crazy told her story. So I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I will see you later. Bye. I appreciate all of you guys. Bye, guys. We're not going to play Devil in a Red Dress. That was Lindsay's song. Bye, everybody.